Alright, like, click, subscribe, do all that. You already know what time it is. It's Netflix time. This show is called Sisyphus. An unfathomable incident introduces a genius engineer to dangerous secrets of the world and to a woman from the future who's come looking for him. So it's like one of those sci-fi TV dramas. There's about 16 episodes, a little over an hour apiece each episode. Episode 1, let's get it. So it starts out with this lady named Sejo talking to her dad. And they're in some type of terminal or something. The thing is, they won't allow him to go with her for various reasons. But he basically tells her 3 rules. 1, don't trust nobody. 2, if you get caught, run. And 3, stay away from a man by the name of Han Tae-sul. And so she's got to make this journey without her dad. I don't know what happens, but the next thing you know, she wakes up with a suitcase in the middle of some town, looking at trains go by like she's never seen one before. Damn, shorty, you need to get some motherfucking shoes. So as she's still walking, she sees a gang of niggas with flashlights and stuff. They try to catch her. She outwits them, slides through trains, going around the trains, going on top of the trains. Either she's that slick or these motherfuckers is that stupid. Now they got these guys in suits that are reading through PKE meters. I don't know if it's indicating her or the suitcase. The funny thing is they all think she's under the train. She's sitting on top of the shit. And she basically just there chilling. Then we get to an airplane. You got this one guy complaining to the stewardess about his damn soup. This guy pops out of nowhere like, nigga, do you know anything about soup? So the guy's like, who are you? So he goes over to the guy, picks up a magazine, and that's Han. Yeah, he just happens to be one of the smartest people in all Japan. He tells her the soup is fine, and by the way, I'm gonna need your number 2. But then he just goes back to his seat. But not before putting this goofball back at his place. Then he goes back to sit down while somebody's taking pictures of him. This guy by the name of Tae. Now, Tae is his brother, but the reason why he's not responding back to him is because the fact that he knows that he's dead. Yeah, he basically sees his brother in his visions. Then all of a sudden the plane gets turbulence. Then all of a sudden something comes flying through the windshield like, oh shit. And then something else came flying through it, hit one of the other propellers. I'm like, oh shit. Han goes to the front so he could try to figure out what he could do to fix up anything on the ship. Plane. He tells him about the aerodynamics, tells him he only has about 3 minutes and 30 seconds to land the plane because they're about 2,000 feet up. 20,000 feet up. He's pulling out cords, all type of shit. Meanwhile, at the same time, talking to his business advisor, he's like, yo, we got a meeting. Come on, man. Where you at? He's like, dude, I'm on a plane. We're about to crash and try to save this bitch. And he thinks he's just pranking him as usual until it just pops up on the news. Then he basically says if he doesn't make it out alive, he says you can take the car, the Porsches, all that stuff, the company. And everybody's still waiting on him to get there. The captain died and the co-pilot scared to death. Thinking to themselves pretty much, they're about to die. Then Han gets a flashback about Tae. Next thing you know, he's in a hospital bed. He somehow saved the plane and all 261 passengers. But he was in a coma for about 2 weeks straight. Basically, his boys to try to make sure he gets better. But the reason why his man thinks he's been slacking on meetings is because he's supposed to go to therapy, but he's taking all these goddamn pills just so he doesn't have to think about his brother. Next, he goes to therapy. His therapist just happens to be his ex-girlfriend. I want to know if y'all, as fans, see any good coming out of that. Like, really. She's trying to get behind the trauma of his brother, but he ain't trying to talk about none of that shit. He just wants some pills. So now we get some backstory. As Han was about to take over the company, his brother came to him one day. He was talking about, yeah, they are coming. Who's they? Han was being dismissive. He wasn't even trying to listen to him. After he pushes him down by accident, he gives him like a shitload of money and tells him like, just go on, man. Which when he crossed by a homeless man on the street, he just gave it to him anyway. He ain't in it for the money. He's just trying to help out his brother. Back in real time, they drive back to the house. But when they get there, they almost run into the co-pilot from the plane. What the fuck is he doing there? He starts mumbling something about a suitcase and then gives Han the chip that's supposed to go to it. So when he plugs the chip into his computer, it's actually a video camera of what was recorded in the front seat. Turns out it was a suitcase that hit the windshield. Almost a similar suitcase to what Sejo was carrying. The second thing that flew into the plane was a fucking person. He looks at it through the zoom lens and sees like, oh shit, is that Tae? But that's impossible, he's dead. Then we get this guy Leo who's been scamming up the top of his grandfather's restaurant. He thinks he stole 30,000 yen, but it ended up being 50,000 yen. This nigga. He called somebody talking about times is hard, he got paid rent, all this other stuff. And he finds Sejo digging through trash. It's like, what the fuck? But he needed some food, so she fed him. While that's going on, he turns on the TV so he can find out the lotto numbers. And even though he didn't win, she's guessing the numbers before they pop up. So does she have psychic powers or something? Then the news report about Han gets on the TV, and the mere mention of his name sends her into a damn frenzy. It's like, what the fuck? She's like flip-flopping, disappearing and shit. Like, what the hell's going on? Lights was flickering on and off. She was flickering on and off. Next thing you know, she passed out. Next thing you know, she wakes up back on Leo's bed. He took her to the house and fixed her breakfast because basically she ain't had nowhere else to go. So then she opens up her suitcase. It's got a pocketbook, a gun, some old school technology. I don't know what that is in 2 of those blue jars. Then she's got this pendant with her and her dad, and I guess that's her mom. Then he teaches her how to eat a banana because apparently she ate the whole banana with the skin when they went in a restaurant. And she enjoys it better. So if she didn't know how to eat a banana, I'm wondering where the fuck did she come from? Later on, Han is looking up some technology and surfaces about circumferences. And he's trying to figure out what's going on in a certain area. After finding new information, apparently thinking his brother's still alive somehow. And he goes to check out this one area real quick. He gets there and starts putting up all these flags. Then we have a flashback to one of his therapy sessions. This is when he had to look at the autopsy of his brother. Now we still don't know exactly how he died, but whatever happened, it was so bad his body was hardly recognizable. He was able to get his brother's bag. He found some noodles in there. And a picture of them when they was living in their first house. Sejo gets Leo to make a call to Han. She's trying to tell him an important message, but it goes to voicemail, but she doesn't know anything about voicemail. So when this voicemail's going on, she's still trying to talk to her like it's an actual person. Meanwhile, the co-pilot is heading back to his car. He gets a phone call from somebody named Mr. Kim. He says he hasn't told anybody the details in person yet. He tells them to meet about a bridge or something like that. The details of what? What happened on the plane? So apparently Sejo's urgent message to Han is she doesn't want him to open up the other briefcase, which is apparently what he was looking for, and he ends up finding it. I think he thinks the contents of it has something to do with his brother. He remembers something about a flashback about them using their birthdays for combination numbers. So I'm pretty sure his birthday combination is going to be the thing that opens up the briefcase. Meanwhile, the pilot's about to head on out after finish talking to Mr. Kim, but while he turns the key, before he turns the key, he looks off to the side. There's a picture of him and his daughter and his wife. Is it supposed to be a resemblance? Do it look familiar? What's going on? He turns the key and holy shit, it was a car bomb. He blew the fuck up. He's done deal dead. Okay, whoa. Time out. Who in the fuck wanted this man killed? While all this is going on, Han's about to open up the briefcase, and right before we see what's inside, we gotta watch episode 2 for that shit. Sisyphus on Netflix. Check it out. Like, click, subscribe, do all that. You already know what time it is. Click these, y'all think he's mister. Big, you got this slogan.